Hi, welcome to Toony Nails, or welcome back to the channel where we paint cartoons on nails. This is still part of our Valentine's Day series, and we've got some stilettos already prepped here for our work. Even though for the theme of the episode today, I think a schoolyard round would have been a better shape. But I already had these tips, so let's get on with it. Here I am making my my supporting roll nails on the side. I want to get them already done so I can just show you how I did the actual cartoony part. And of course, for Valentine's Day, we're going to be featuring TJ and Spinelli because they got it going on. They definitely had a thing. And they made it clear in this one episode where they kiss. And because they are school children, they are very dramatic about it. Though a first kiss at any age can be quite dramatic, don't you think so? The supportive roll nails, as I was saying, the background nails, the side nails, the not main character nails, they're the background of when Spinelli and TJ kiss. And when they do, it's like a visual metaphor. You know, they're in like a paradisey sort of garden, and there's birds chirping, and it's like the sunset, and it's like, whoa. And then they stop kissing and they're like, that was disgusting. But we all know they felt a little something down there, don't you think? Well, I shouldn't be saying that. They're like, 10? So never mind. They felt a little something down there in their hearts. Down there inside their... Okay, I can't get back from that one. And as you can already guess, our first nail here is TJ's goofy face with his little classic red hat. Super iconic. Super bad boy, leader of the pack. I can't remember if I was like a fan of TJ or not. Just because I was distracted with how much I loved Spinelli, because I felt like I was a tomboy when I was a kid, so I don't know. Spinelli really spoke to the kind of personality I have. I don't know if I liked Gretchen, because I was like, she's a nerd. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember. But like as an adult at least, I really like all of them. Especially Gretchen and Gus. I like Gus because he's just so scared all the time and like freaking out, which is just like probably me now. All of these kids are probably all my different personalities throughout the week. Sometimes I'm really smart and logical like Gretchen. Other times I'm really romantic and poetic like Mikey, or eat a lot like Mikey. And sometimes I feel like TJ and I'm like the leader of the pack and I'm telling everybody what to do in like a non-bossy way, like a leadership kind of way, especially when I'm hanging out with a bunch of introverts. And I forget the sporty kid's name, and it's probably because I'm never him. He was always too cool, wasn't he? Nowadays, I'm actually more like those girls that used to hang out in the tire clubhouse. Yeah, they're my people for sure. And then there's Randall. Oh my God, Randall. If you haven't watched Recess, or you didn't watch it as a kid, you will never know the way that Randall could make you feel. But we've all known a Randall in real life, so I'm sure you are familiar with that feeling. Now here, I'm going to attempt to paint this in one stroke. Okay. Nope. Not gonna happen. We have to do multiple strokes. But you know, in the end it looked quite nice, doesn't it? Maybe one day I'll be able to paint in one stroke, but see, like this one is pretty nice with one stroke. It always looks better that way because then the line is one unison size and you don't get those kind of sketchy little lines, I guess. That sketchy vibe in line art. We don't want that. We don't want sketchy vibes unless that is the specific style of what we're doing. But for these recess, oh my goodness, Spanish. These recess kids, it's okay. I mean, no, it's not okay. We want smooth lines. Yes, that's the point. We want smooth lines. One stroke, but we're not there yet, so that's okay. We're going to try to make it work. Because what's important is keeping the lines one size. Maybe thick at a certain place, but for the most part, a unison size. I love TJ's little freckles. So cute. There's just 3 on each side, kind of like a chocolate chip cookie, chocolate chip cookie cheeks, chocolate chip cookie, chocolate chip cookie, chocolate chip cookie kicks. No, chocolate chip chookie. Okay, Bobby, while we're painting TJ's like kind of pig snot here, say it. Chocolate chip cookie cheeks. Oh.
Chocolate chip cookie cheeks.
Chocolate chip chookie cheeks. No!
Chocolate chip cookie cheeks.
Very good. And by TJ's pig snot, I meant TJ's little piggy snout, because his nose looks like a little pig's. Now that I think about it, so TJ is supposed to be like the prankster, right? Like the brains of the operation. But I feel like at my school, if you were that kid, like no one liked you. Or, I don't know. Like, if you were too busy playing pranks on teachers, it's like that didn't make you a hero. At least. I feel like everybody was scared of doing that. And if you did do it, you were seen as like a bad kid. So, I don't know what was going on in the 90s and that recess wherever they live. I always thought it was in Canada, but I don't think so. I think it's an American show. But that's me hoping everybody's in Canada so that I could visit my friends. Because I grew up in Canada, if you didn't know. But anyway, I loved shows like this, and I loved shows like Phineas and Ferb, because it like inspired me to be more playful as a kid, and I really loved it. So here we're going to be starting Spinelli. Ah, so close. That was almost a one stroke. And you see what I mean? Like this line is now thicker than the first one, so I'm going to have to go over it. But we're going to be working on Spinelli's face. And my favorite episode, actually one of my favorite episodes in Recess is when Spinelli goes, she's like getting babysat by, oh my god, what's the big teacher, big grumpy, scary teacher's name? Bobby, what's her name? Miss Grundle? The, like, teacher?
What was her name?
Yeah, from Recess.
That sounds right.
Miss Grundle? No, I'm looking it up.
Gretchen's last name.
Okay, I looked it up. It's Miss Finster. Miss Finster! Miss Finster! Miss Finster! Yes, that's her. Anyway, like, Spinelli had to get babysat by Miss Finster, and it actually turned out to be really fun, and I love it, because, like, outside of school, she was just such a cool woman. She's actually such an idol. I wish I could be like her one day when I'm, like, old, and maybe my husband died when, like, he's 60 or something, and I'm just, like, a single old lady, and I'm, like, the boss of this town. That was Miss Finster. She was amazing. She's so great. And she's like the Squidward character where you're like an adult now and you're like, I understand. And Bobby was right. I think Grundle is Gretchen's last name. Gretchen Grundle. What about the hippie teacher, everybody? The hippie teacher. She is an inspiration to Gen Zs all around. She was teaching these kids about climate change, about global warming, about recycling. She was amazing. She was like the green magic school bus lady. See, this would be a lot more entertaining if I remembered her name too. Anyway, back to Spinelli and her awesome mouth here. I love her expression. She's just always grumpy. I don't know what was up with Spinelli, but like, again, I thought I was like a tomboy, and I think her whole thing was like, oh, I can't be jolly and happy like other girls. I have to be like I don't know, opposite of that, which is grumpy for some reason. No, she was tough, right? So, no tough person can be seen smiling and being all happy all the time and jolly. Like Mikey. Mikey was very sensitive and sweet and happy all the time. Was he happy all the time? Yeah, right? Because he was, like, also very hippie. Go, Mikey! And if you haven't watched the show, you probably haven't stuck around to listen to me babble on about it, just because it's so good. It's such a good show. It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it. If you don't have Disney Plus, go back like 15 years or something and watch it on, in Canada, like YTV, was it? I don't know, or like the Disney Channel? Probably the Disney Channel. And since we're painting, since we're painting 2D characters, I just want to mention that I don't like the whole 3D craze nowadays. How every cartoon has to be 3D. It's I don't know if it's like easier for animation as like production for it to be 3D. Probably is, just because you have a model and you just make the model do whatever you want. But I feel like 2D animation has its charm. I feel like we shouldn't throw it away completely. Not everything has to be 3D, because there's something about having flat art style be like a very good mode of storytelling, right? So yeah, I just want to bring that up. Like, there's a new My Little Pony show and it's 3D, and I'm like, no, stop! You already ruined the My Little Pony design from when I was a kid, and they were like chubby and like had that very like square jaw. Those pony dolls were beautiful. And okay, I wouldn't say they ruined it, because now I've grown accustomed to the little cute like Rainbow Dash sort of people. They're pretty cool. But like 3D, it's just too much change for this old woman. And Miss Finster would agree with me. Also, now let's talk about some nail products here. Raquel, what is that black you're using? It's not gel polish paint. It's just a black polish that I own from this obscure brand that I can't tell you what it is, because I bought it at a garage sale for like $5. I got like 50 colors. And this is what came out. I guess just find yourself a good black that's just very, not translucent, the opposite of that, opaque. You want an opaque black that will get the job done. Until I can go to the Nails by Dev shop and buy her very iconic black liner paint. Until then, this will do. Also, I've gotten into the habit of painting without an initial sketch. If you see my other videos, I tend to paint my characters with like some black sketch outlines, and then I paint over top like this. But since following this artist, I really like nail artist called GG Nail. You can follow her on Instagram, JIJI Nail. And she does beautiful Disney characters on nails. And she doesn't do any sketch underneath. She just goes straight for it, like I just did here with TJ. And yes, this is TJ. Like, you just draw the face shape. You're kind of sketching with your shapes. I mean, it's risky, but I seem to be getting away with it. It's definitely hard. But I think I like this new technique, and then I don't get as lumpy. I don't have to do as much work. So it's working for me. I think I'm going to adapt this new method. I will link her YouTube and Instagram down below, because I am a big fan. She doesn't allow comments on her videos. I'm not sure if she speaks English, because I think her profile is in Korean. But if you can understand me, honey, I am a big fan. I love all her stuff. It's so beautiful. And so, you know, earlier I mentioned how these kids were very dramatic about a first kiss. Well, let me tell you about what happened. Unless you've already seen it. But these kids straight up... Oh, no, it was like there was this kid. And he's part of the playground, and he's part of the crew and the whole show, right? And he's like the one that has like all the sketchy... Oh my god, I don't even know how to word this, but he was like the dealer sort of kid. Like, you could open up his jacket. He would open up his jacket and he'd have like, these are like grade A bubble gum that I got from my older brother John or something. It's hilarious. He had like connection from his older brother, which is so hilarious. I got a lot of my stuff from my older brothers, which made me cool in the schoolyard. But no, it wasn't like gum. But anyway, one day he was like, you know what happens to you when we get older? And all the kids are like, what happened? He's like, I was in the basement. Or like little Johnny, whatever, Timmy told me this, but he was in the basement when his brother brought his girlfriend over, and he hid because he was scared or whatever. He was like hiding from them because he didn't want to be found in the basement and he saw them kiss. And all the kids are like, oh my goodness. And then of course, TJ and them are like, okay, well, we need to prove that this is actually real and this is actually, like, what's going to happen. We need to prove it so that we can calm everybody down, because everybody's freaking out that they're going to grow up and want to kiss each other and whatever. So then they draw straws, and it's TJ and Spinelli. And go ahead and watch the episode so you can see what happens next. But nah, just in case you don't have Disney Plus, I'll just make it easy for you. They go and they dress up. The next day, like Gretchen gets Spinelli ready. Maybe he takes them to the clubhouse tire girls, and they give her a makeover. And like TJ dresses up for this very special event, and they're all gonna meet after school, and they're gonna kiss. And I love it because it's not different from like what would happen in real life. Like Bobby told me his first kiss was like a dare, like pretty much like what happened in this episode. So it's not far from home. Ooh, I wish we could all just sit down and talk about our first kisses, because it's a very interesting topic. I love talking about this with my friends. And because you, the watchers, are my friends, why don't we do that right now? I'll tell you about my first kiss. Very quickly. I was in the 6th grade, or going into grade 7. So I was like 12. And my best friend's older brother, John, they were all moving away, far away to the other end of the country. So I knocked on their door, and they were, they had all the moving boxes, and I was like, "Is John home?" And John was like, what, 14? Like, John wasn't like older brother, like 23, and I was 12. No, he was 14. and John came out. He's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "I have to tell you something." And he's like, "What is it?" And then I reached in, I gave him a big peck, a quick peck. I was like, and then or was it quick? I have no idea. It felt quick, and I ran next door, because my other best friend lived next door, and we were having a sleepover. In her backyard, there was a tent, and I run into the tent, and I'm like, "I did it, Marion! Oh my god!" And yeah, it was very cute. It was like sunset. Also, I made a mistake. I made TJ look like he was smiling. He's supposed to be like mad that he got picked to kiss Spinelli. That's what's going on in this nail, by the way. But the good thing about gel is that you can always clean it up with some alcohol and a nice fluffy brush. I always do this. I gabble on about a story and then not even tell you what's going on in the actual video. Hey, but maybe you like that. Speaking of which, an art tip right here is to keep your outside lines thicker than your inside lines when you're doing line art. That will make your picture have more dimension and make a little more sense to the eye. Or it makes it look more stylized. I have no idea the actual reason, but take it from me, it just looks better. It just looks good. Outside lines thicker, inside lines thinner. Very easy to remember. And the very important thing about TJ is that he has white dots inside his eyes. He's just not the same without them. I don't know how or why, but it just adds to his character a little more. And it's interesting because the rest of the characters don't have that. Why only TJ has shiny eyes? I added some hearts to his background because I thought it would add to the overall aesthetic. And now we're going to be drawing Spinelli. And this is our last nail. Again, I'm doing the Gigi nail thing where I'm sketching out the face with some paint and filling it in afterwards. And it looks like this is a 2-coat job because this is looking a little see-through. I don't want to be dragging this gel around all day and adding more, so I'm just going to cure it and do 2 coats. Much better. So it looks like that, nice and beautiful in unison. And now I'm going to be drawing Spinelli's super cute black hair. And I'm when I was little, for some reason, I thought Spinelli was Asian. I don't know, there's like her hair and her eyes like are a little bit almond shaped, so I thought she was Asian. Is her mom Asian and then her dad's Italian? I have no idea what was going on with Spinelli, at least ethnically. But yeah, that's just what I thought. Did anybody else think that too? And I also liked that she had black hair. Because when I was little, I liked the characters that had black hair because I had black hair. Like I couldn't look at Blossom from Powerpuff Girls and be like, "That's me!" Because, I don't know, the hair just... At least Bellota, that's her name in Spanish, the green one. Oh my god, what's her name in English? I don't know, Buttercup! I thought I was more like Buttercup because she had green hair. And also because my brothers didn't let me pick the other ones, if that makes sense. Because my older brother's favorite color was red, so he was Blossom. And then my middle brother liked blue, so he was Bubbles. And I was left with Buttercup. Even though she was the grumpiest one. I think really my favorite is Bubbles, because she's so cute and she likes cute stuff. Like me, I'm cute and I like cute stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna real quick Google right now if Spinelli was Asian. I don't know. The data is in. She's not Asian. So, but she had gorgeous lips, didn't she? Smooth. I'm painting them right now. Round, like Kim Possible's lips. So I love that about Spinelli. And her black hair. She was everything. Or like that episode when the kids find out that her name's Ashley. So now she has to be part of the Ashley Club. That's what they were called, the Ashleys. Oh my god, I love that episode. It's so funny. And you know, she's super tomboyish. So when all these Ashley, super pretty, whatever, popular girls are like, "No, you have to join us." It's hilarious. I love it. It was Spinelli's worst nightmare. Also, I accidentally gave her the TJ pig snout, which we're going to get rid of because no. Our Spinelli has a button nose like the rest of the other children. It's only TJ that has that pig snout. Piggy snout, because he's still cute. Which, by the way, I want to mention, I love kids' noses. They're so cute. They don't really have like the bridge, you know. And anyway, moving on. Yesterday I told Bobby, I was like, "Hey, what's better than a baby's foot?" And he was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "A baby's hand." If you know, you know. So round, so chubby, so cute. I want to just eat it. Also, I just noticed Spinelli's giving me a little bit of a Stalin vibes here. Like, I don't know, like Hitler vibes. Like black hair, red background, military jacket. But anyway. She literally looks like the daughter of Mussolini. And if you don't know who that is, just Google it real quick. She's just missing her pigtails, guys. Just give it 1 second. Because Spinelli isn't Spinelli without her iconic do, which we are going to paint on 2 other nails. Wait, right after we top coat Spinelli here, you know, to protect her. Even though there seems to be something in the way there. Trying to get it out. Ugh, it's a hair. It's a hair. Code red. Code red. It's a hair. At the nail salon, that should be an alarm. Like, there's fuzzies in the way. We're going to clear it out. Don't worry, Spinelli. You're going to be okay. There we go. Much better. Smooth, clean Spinelli. And yeah, we're going to be drawing her pigtails on 2 other nails. The ones that go right beside her on your hand. Super cute, right? I was trying to be an interesting nail technician. So I think it's really hard to make a picture kind of go on separate nails like this in a row. It's quite difficult, but it looks pretty cool if you can pull it off. I've definitely seen it in like this Valentine's Day trend where they have like a heart with 2 nails next. Okay, it's hard to explain, but basically they cut out the nail in the shape of a heart, so when you put them together, they make a whole heart. Anyway, we're done here. This is the full set, and this is what I meant by the pigtails on 2 nails. And this is the TJ side. Super cute, right? Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to see the photographs, they will be on my Instagram, and I'll link it down below. Thank you so much again, and don't forget to use cuticle oil, and I will see you next week with more Valentine's Day content until February 14th. Bye-bye!